What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Non-Dairy, and today I'm here to cover creators' updates on Lost Relics. This video would not have been made possible without Lost Relics creator Cliff Cawley, as well as NFTGamers. If you'd like to check out NFTGamers' Twitch channel, I've left a link in the description below. In this video, I'll be covering what we can expect in terms of the next update that will be coming out shortly for Lost Relics, as well as upcoming items that we could see in the foreseeable future. So with that being said, let's get right into this content, and the first thing I'd like to talk about is monsters. In this next update, Cliff will be implementing 30 new monsters, which is epic. Along with 30 new monsters, there will be mini bosses and final bosses, which means that Warden's Key will finally have a use. So if you are a holder of a Warden's Key, I suggest you hold it if you want to fight mini bosses or final bosses, or sell it once the update gets implemented, because I'm sure you'll see an increase in prices. The reason why Cliff implemented mini bosses and final bosses is to increase the amount of content in the game. We do not have any information on what the drop rate will be or look like. Along with the mini bosses and final bosses, there will be new monster combat mechanics. So there will be changes in the combat dynamics for monsters, which means that there won't be this idea of a one-hit kill any longer. It'll require more strategy. And Cliff is also thinking about implementing new player mechanics, such as rolling or dodging, but that won't be implemented in the upcoming update. So, with all that being said, the next topic I'd like to discuss is the Choose Your Adventure screen. First, I'm going to be showing you what the old adventure screen looks like, then transitioning to what the new screen looks like. So this is the old adventure screen that we all know and love currently. Cliff is thinking of making a change to this. The reason why I wanted to show the old adventure screen as well is to briefly touch upon Odenspire Sands. So if you've played Odenspire Sands, I'm sure you're probably thinking that it doesn't seem like it's a 4-star dungeon quality dungeon. So the reason why you might be thinking that is because, per Cliff, the monsters in the dungeons were pretty much from all the other dungeons. And so if we think about the last slide where I said he's implementing 30 new monsters, the reason he's implementing these monsters is so that he can make this dungeon unique and different from the others, along with sufficing and meeting that sort of, requirement and that feeling in our head that Odenspire Sands is truly a 4-star dungeon. So with that being said, the next subject I'd like to talk about is the new adventure screen. Once again, here's what the old adventure screen looks like. You have a map in the middle, and on the side you can see your resources, and you can see a small snippet of what Odenspire Sands looks like. So, now here is the new adventure screen. Get excited. Ah! I'm just playing. Alright, anyways, this is the new adventure screen, and you can see that it's different because there's no more map, but we do have a list of monsters, which I think is pretty cool, because before, if I wanted to see what a map had in terms of monsters, I'd have to either go into the map and experience it for myself, or I'd have to watch a YouTube video. But now I don't have to do that. I can just see what the monsters are before I go in there. One thing I will say is I will miss the map from the old adventure screen because I could see what was under construction. Based on this snippet here, I don't see what's under construction, which kind of seems a little upsetting, but then again, progress will be progress, right? So overall, I still am a big fan of this adventure map just because I can see what monsters are in there before I have to enter the dungeon myself. So with that being said, the next thing I'd like to talk about is Blockchain Emporium update. So right now, JEng is not available. And what I mean by that is not everyone is able to convert their engine to JEng. So with that being said, will we see it in the next update? I don't think so. Because with the in-game marketplace, if Cliff even releases it in the next update, it would be on the notion that Engine has allowed all users to convert their eng to JEng. Now I put BC drops as a question right here because Cliff put items on the website, as we all know, and there was a huge uproar in the community. Everyone was like, oh man, there are new items in the game, and everyone started playing briefly, and then they realized that the new items weren't in there, and which caused an upset. So Cliff's thoughts are, in the future, putting a disclaimer to say that the items are to be determined or available in the future and will come out in the next update or something like that. So because he kind of quoted it like that, I don't know if BC drops are going to be in the next update or when he allows for Blockchain Emporium to be in the game. Cliff also likes the idea. I will say, Cliff also likes the idea of putting items in the game randomly at will and waiting for people to react. So we'll see what he ends up doing, in the future. But BC drops, I don't know if we're gonna see blockchain items in the game next. When the next update gets implemented. So, and also to back up for a second, while I'm talking about blockchain items, if you're still playing the game, you still have the same chance of getting blockchain items. There are still blockchain weapons in the game. It's just the higher tier items are available and they're harder to get. You have like a low chance of getting them. So just wanted to throw that out there for those of you guys that are still playing. You still have a chance of getting blockchain weapons. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk about is new items and old items. So, Blockchain Emporium will be housing both newly minted items and the blockchain items that were previously implemented. And then the last subject I'd like to talk about is lending items. So, Kenzie DK mentioned that, or he asked Cliff about the potential idea of lending items, which in this case would mean being able to rent out your blockchain items to somebody who would like to use them for a duration of time and paying you engine to use them, which I think is pretty cool. Cliff has said that this may be an idea he implements in the future, but not immediately after the implementation of Blockchain Emporium. And so with all that being said, the next item I'd like to talk about is blockchain transactions as a whole. Per Cliff, this is his vision for blockchain transactions. My final goal will be to allow you all to trade your items in an in-game marketplace and to be able to withdraw your earnings to either a crypto wallet or a bank account. So Cliff really wants to make this process easy for us, and with gasless fees, and wants to make it so we don't have to do any workarounds in terms of getting blockchain items. So big shout out to Cliff. I'm so glad he said this, and I look forward to his future and his vision for how blockchain transactions will work in the game. Next topic I'd like to talk about is multiplayer mode. That's right, multiplayer mode. Cliff leaked some information. This is some juicy details, so I'm glad you stuck around in the video to hear this. So multiplayer co-op will be open to Founders Token holders only, and so they'll be able to access the beta exclusively. So if you want to get into multiplayer co-op, I suggest you try getting a Founders Token through OpenSea, or reaching out to somebody in the Lost Relics community. But Founders Token holders will be able to access multiplayer mode. Then after a week or two, it gets opened up to Founders Token members inviting a person of their choice. And then finally, after some time, then multiplayer will be open to everyone. So if you don't have the availability of funds to get a Founders Token and you know somebody who has a Founders Token, make sure you get on their good side, because they might be inviting you to play multiplayer mode. And so with all that being said, the concluding statement I have here is what to expect. The things that are definitely coming in the next update are new monsters, mini bosses and final bosses, and a new adventure screen. What's still to be determined is Blockchain Emporium, because it's dependent on Engine releasing J-Eng for all users. New blockchain items, because again, I'm not sure if they're going to be implemented in the next update or if they're going to be implemented once Cliff brings in the Blockchain Emporium in-game. And then finally, multiplayer mode. So with all that being said, everybody, thank you so much for checking out my video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. It'd mean a lot for me. If you want to check out Lost Relics, I've posted a link to the website in my description below. I've also left my Twitch and Twitter here. Currently on Twitch, I'm playing Lost Relics, and I'm having a lot of fun playing it. So please hit the follow on Twitch, and on Twitter, just please hit the follow to show support for your boy Non-Dairy. And once again, thank you for checking out my video today, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.